Hey, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm good. So I was thinking, do you want to practice speaking in English together sometimes?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not very good at speaking in English. I'm afraid I'll make mistakes and sound silly.
Don't worry about that. I think you are really good at speaking. Besides, making mistakes is a part of learning. It's the only way to improve.
I guess you're right. I just feel like my grammar is not very good. I get nervous whenever I speak in English in front of others.
That's totally normal, and I understand how you feel. But you won't improve if you don't practice. I'm here to support you. We can start with a simple conversation if you want.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's try it sometimes.
Great. How about we meet up this weekend and practice the speaking in English over a cup of coffee?
Sure, that sounds like a good idea. Thank you so much for being a supportive friend.
Of course, we are in this together.
Hello dear English learners, welcome back to my channel. This is Priyanka Chaudhary. So you heard these two friends having a conversation in English, and I guess you also found it quite relatable. And one of these friends had this fear of speaking in English in front of people. If you are also having the same feeling of fear while speaking in front of others, then you must watch this video till the end, because here in this video I am going to share with you some outstanding techniques that will surely help you to overcome your fear of speaking English. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So let's first understand that what kind of fear is this? Why do we have this fear? Basically, we need to understand and clear our why question first. That why is this fear inside us that is actually restricting us from speaking in front of others? So there may be so many reasons of having this fear, like maybe you keep thinking too much before speaking. So overthinking is one of the reason for having this fear. Next, I would say is expectation. You expect a lot from you, that you have not even started speaking. You are at the initial stage of speaking English, of practicing speaking English. English is a language which is not your primary language first, your native language, right? So whenever we try to do something new for the first time, it's normal, it's natural that yes, we will have fear, right? You can take the example of some other things, like remember those days when you wanted to work on computer for the first time. Were you that much comfortable with the computer? I don't think so. Even I was not comfortable with computer working for the first time. Similarly, whenever we try to do anything for the first time, that kind of uneasiness and that kind of nervousness, anxiety is always there. So same thing is happening with you when you are trying to learn any foreign language. So it's normal. Do not panic and do not think too much before speaking. All right. So these are the two basic and the major things that is actually restricting you to speak English. And you keep thinking too much about that. I am not very confident speaking in front of others. I do not have that much vocabulary to express myself. Or you keep thinking like you keep telling yourself a lot of negative things, and you keep sending the negative signals to your subconscious mind that no, you cannot do this, you do not have vocabulary, you do not have that fluency while speaking in English. Or sometimes you keep telling yourself that this is not your cup of tea, you cannot do this, and you become so nervous, you cannot speak like others. Just look at that person. You start comparing yourself with others, which you should not at all do this. Stop doing comparisons first. And a lot of negative things you keep telling to yourself. If you will keep doing these things, then yes, this fear will be this fear will be with you for a longer time period. And if you'll keep doing this, you will be just entertaining this fear inside you. All right. I have just shared with you all the problems that are actually restricting us from speaking in English. Now let's understand the level of fear. Like different people have different level of fear. For instance, when I started learning English, initially I had this fear of even saying simple sentences in English. I could not even frame single sentences in English, right? That was my level initially. When I overcame my fear of speaking some normal sentences in English, then I tried to face myself in the mirror and I tried to speak. looking myself into the mirror, and that was quite fearful for me. I could not make eye contact with myself, and I was not able to speak. So that was the next fear of mine. Later on, my fear, when I overcame this fear as well by practicing too much, then the next level fear was to speak in English in front of others, specifically speaking in English apart from me. The next level of fear was to speak in English with my brother, sister, mother, or anyone who was there in my family. So that was also quite uncomfortable situation for me to speak in English with the other people. Later on, the level of fear went to another level. Then the fear inside me was to express myself in front of stranger, in front of other people when I started working, and when I went to college and when I started working. Then the fear was something else. The fear went to another level where I had to speak in English with the strangers, with other people, in front of the boss and the employees. So that was the fear. It was almost like the public speaking, the fear of public speaking. So that was the fear with me. So by practicing again, I overcame this fear of mine. So what I want you to think is, just think about your level of fear, like at what level of fear you are, all right? And then try to overcome that fear first. So this is how you will move on to the next level of fear, and you will overcome all these level of fears gradually. Now I'm going to talk about how to overcome the fear of speaking in English. Now let's begin with the first point. So the first point is going to be, stop thinking negative about yourself. Yes, this is going to be the first point that you really need to stress upon. What I want to say is that just throw away all these words that come to your mind. These words, what are these words? Like don't, can't, not able to, never, you will not be able to do this. I mean, stop saying all these words to yourself. These all are just negative words, and these all words give you negative vibes, and somewhere your subconscious mind also accept these negative things. You know, there's a saying that you will become the way you will think, right? So stop thinking negative. Tell yourself that yes, I can do this. English is just a language like other languages. So I am also going to do this. I will practice a lot, and I will be doing this on the regular basis. Whatever the vocabulary I have right now with me, this is, I think I have better knowledge about English than others who do not know anything about English. So I am far better than them, and I am going to speak in English from today onwards. All right, I can do this. I will begin speaking with myself first. So this is how. Try to say a lot of positive things to yourself. Fill in your brain with the positive thoughts, ideas. That's what I want to say. If you will be thinking positively, then you will also have this positive vibes inside you, and you will get the encouragement from yourself. All right. So, and promise me that from today you are not going to say this anymore to yourself, that I cannot do this. Leave this word. Stop saying these negative sentences to yourself that I cannot do this. Reverse all these things. Say, I can do this. I can make sentences in English. I will try to do my level best. Or you can say, today I will speak at least for 5 minutes, speaking myself into the mirror. Or later on I will start speaking with the people around me. Means this is how. Start giving yourself task every day. All right, and try to complete these tasks. Now let's move on to the next point. Next point is going to be, stay calm and relaxed. Do not make a haste. Do not hurry, do not rush for speaking in English. Do not think, if you think so that the people who speak English very fast, or the fluency is the only thing that makes a person a good English speaker, then it is not at all like that. If you would have noticed that all the motivational speakers who are very good at speaking, they do not speak too fast. Their rate of speech is average, it's normal. You even sound more attractive, more impressive when you speak at a normal rate of speech. right? Stay calm, stay relaxed, and speak at a normal rate of speech the way you speak your native language. That's it. And the next point is going to be have a smile on your face while speaking. You know what happens? Let me tell you what happens actually. You know what? When we are in the conversation with anyone and we want to transmit our message to another person, we want to convey our message to another person, we do this in the two ways, and that is body language and verbal language. Verbal means that you're speaking, and body language means your hand gestures, your face expressions, your smile and everything. And you know what? Our body language actually plays a wider role or a bigger role than the verbal language. That's true. You can even Google about it. So do not panic while speaking English. Do not show the other person that you are nervous inside and you are not capable of doing something. Just have a mild smile on your face and speak. At the same time, enjoy speaking English. This is really important. And if you will be speaking with a nice smile on your face and you are really calm and relaxed, the other person is not going to even focus on your mistakes, and the other person with whom you will be in the conversation, that person will only be focusing on your expressions, the way you are speaking to that person, how comfortable you are. That matters only. Our body language speaks louder than our words. That's the absolutely correct saying. And try to practice this. When you will try to speak in English even with yourself, have a smile on your face. Sometimes we have to fake it until we make it. So do this. So smile and speak at the same time. It will take time, definitely. It is not going to happen overnight. Yes, you need to just remember this, that yes, it is really important to smile while speaking. Do not laugh. I'm talking about the gentle smile. So smile while speaking and you will see the difference, that yes, you are actually enjoying speaking English. Now let's move on to the next point. As I told you before as well, that do not think that you have to speak English perfectly. Forget about perfection. Do not chase behind perfection. You just need to speak in English, all right? Try to focus on making your point clear rather than focusing upon the perfection or speaking English in a very perfect manner. So do not just think about perfection all the time. If you will keep thinking too much about perfection, you will not be speaking. Yes. So stop thinking about perfection and speak whatever comes to your mind. Do this. Try to speak whatever is there in your head and do this for at least 10 minutes every day. And try to speak in English like for 10 minutes at one time, and then another day when you are free for the next time, again speak for 10 minutes. Like in a day, speak for 10 minutes at many intervals. And try to practice speaking as much as you can. You know what? If we want to overcome any fear of us, then we have to actually put ourselves in that particular situation which is actually making us feel afraid. So you have this fear of speaking in English, so you have to actually challenge yourself to speak English. Face this challenge of speaking English. Try to come out of your comfort zone. You have this fear because you wanted to be in this comfort zone. This is the reason. So just try to do this. Come out of your comfort zone. Put yourself in that situation where you do not want to be. Forcefully, yes, you have to be in that situation if you really want to overcome this fear. So speak in English, all right? It is going to be little uncomfortable, uneasy for you, but if you really want to achieve your goal, you want to be a good English speaker, you have to be there, you have to do that. If you just keep watching videos on and on YouTube, you have been watching for so long my videos, and there are so many other videos as well, but still if you are not able to speak English, it is just because you are not putting in your efforts to speak. You have just been watching, listening, and reading or writing. You know what? Just consuming a lot of knowledge is not going to help you until and unless you are going to implement what your learnings into speaking. So for a week, at least for a week, stop watching videos. All right, stop watching videos, stop paying attention on the other aspects of language like writing or listening or watching. Stop paying attention on the other aspects for a week at least. If you want to work on your spoken English skills, then focus a lot and speak English as much as you can. That's what I want to say. Try to do this at least for a week, and then you will see the difference that you tried. If you will try speaking consistently for a week, and you will be speaking many times in a day, then I'm sure by the end of this week you will see the difference in your spoken English, and this fear inside you which was there before will not be there any longer. Trust me. Now, if you have this fear of making mistakes a lot, you keep thinking too much about your mistakes, then what I can suggest you is that start imitating your favorite English speakers. Start shadowing them. Means whatever start copying them, the way they speak, the way they pronounce the words, the way they express themselves. Start copying them. You know what, by imitating and by shadowing them, there will be less chances of making mistakes, and the fear will also not be there of making mistakes, right? So this is the another solution that I can provide you here, that start shadowing, imitating and copying some good English speakers that you find. All right, so copy them, copy the phrases that they use, the vocabulary that they use, exactly copy the way they are saying. Keep doing this consistently, at least for a week. So this is the next point that I just shared with you. Moving on to the next point. So if you have this fear of speaking English in front of others or strangers, then begin speaking English with the people with whom you are comfortable first. These people may be your family members or friends or anyone, relative, with whom you are comfortable speaking in English. So start speaking and practicing with these people, where you are not nervous, where you find where you feel confident. Okay, so speak with these people with whom you are confident and you are not nervous. If by doing this on the regular basis, as I said, try this technique at least for a week or more than a week, let's say 10 days. Try to do all these things at least for 10 days or a week. All right, on the consistent basis. It should not be like you have done this for one day and then you forgot doing this and then you just get lost in some other work and some other activities. Do not do that. Be consistent. Okay, and start practicing in English with the people with whom you are comfortable. That's all. By doing this, you will gain confidence, and there will be the fear which was there in you, that will start reducing. So that's it for today's video. At the end, I just want to say that if you really want to overcome your fear of speaking English, expose yourself to this fear of yours. Yes, you need to do this. If you are going to face this problem, then yes, I guarantee you that you are going to accelerate your spoken English skills for sure. Do this and try to implement all these techniques that I have shared with you in this video at least for a week or 10 days, and then do let me know your do let me know in the comment section that whether you found any changes in your speaking skills or not. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.